There's something almost mysterious about a handful of rich, healthy soil. It crumbles perfectly, holds its shape when pressed, and, well, it smells alive. What most people don't realize is that this structure, this strength, isn't the work of minerals or roots alone. It's held together by a living adhesive made by microscopic engineers beneath our feet. Soil scientists call it microbial glue, but in truth it's one of the most important survival tools nature ever developed. Without it, fertile soil would wash away in the first rain, and plants would lose their foundation. This natural glue isn't synthetic, it isn't added, it's made from life itself. Microbes are the unseen builders that shape the soil's foundation. The secret starts with bacteria and fungi, the smallest and most industrious creatures in the soil ecosystem. When these microbes feed on organic matter, dead roots, decaying leaves, sugars from plant exudates, they secrete a sticky matrix called extracellular polymeric substances, or EPS. Think of EPS as a blend of natural glues made from sugars, proteins and fats that microbes use to build protective coatings around themselves. But here's where it gets interesting. These coatings don't just protect the microbes, they link together particles of sand silt and clay into aggregates, forming a strong, porous structure that defines healthy soil. This glue allows soil to hold water without becoming compacted to breathe, without drying out, and to resist erosion from wind or rain. It's why untouched forest soil can survive decades of storms, while bare farmland erodes after one season. When you see soil that clumps together but crumbles easily when handled, that's microbial architecture at work. Plants feed the microbes that create the soil glue. Every plant plays an active role in this underground construction project. Through their roots, plants release a cocktail of sugars, amino acids and organic acids, known as root exudates, that serve as food for nearby microbes. In exchange, these microbes produce more EPS, creating stable soil aggregates that help the roots themselves grow deeper and more securely. It's a perfect feedback loop. The plant feeds the microbes glue the soil, and the soil in turn supports the plant. You can see this relationship in action if you compare two garden beds, one planted with diverse vegetation and another left bare. The planted bed will have crumbly, resilient soil because the roots and microbes are constantly interacting. The bare soil will form crusts, become compact, and erode easily because no microbial glue is being produced. This is why cover crops are so vital. They don't just protect the surface. They literally help rebuild the soil's internal structure through microbial activity. Fungi weave the deeper network that holds everything in place. If bacteria are the chemical engineers of soil glue, fungi are the architects that reinforce it. Mycorrhizal fungi, in particular, send out microscopic threads called hyphae that extend far beyond root zones. As these threads grow, they secrete a special glycoprotein called glomalin. This sticky compound binds soil particles and organic matter, strengthening the soil structure on a much larger scale than bacterial EPS alone can manage. Glomalin is incredibly stable. It can last for decades, and is now recognized as one of the main components responsible for long-term carbon storage in soil. In practical terms, soils rich in fungal activity are more resistant to compaction and erosion. That's why undisturbed woodland soils remain spongy and absorbent even after heavy rain. For gardeners and farmers, fostering fungal growth means reducing tillage, maintaining organic cover, and avoiding harsh chemicals that disrupt fungal networks. Over time, the invisible web of glomalin strengthens, and the soil gains that dark, velvety texture associated with living earth. Disturbing the soil breaks the microbial glue apart. The moment you plough, till, or expose soil to direct sunlight for too long, you break down the delicate bonds formed by microbial glues. Oxygen rushes in, accelerating decomposition and drying out the EPS and glomalin. Within weeks, aggregates crumble, pores collapse, and the soil loses its resilience. The next rainfall can then carry away tons of valuable topsoil. This is why no-till or low-disturbance systems are, revolutionizing modern regenerative agriculture. By leaving the microbial habitat intact, farmers allow the natural glue to keep strengthening year after year. Even small-scale gardeners can benefit from this by layering compost on the surface, rather than mixing it in, using mulch to protect microbial colonies, and minimizing how often they disturb the soil layers. The goal is to let the microbes do their work without interruption, because honestly, every time you dig, you destroy part of the structure they've spent months building. You can strengthen microbial glue production naturally. If you're working with tired, loose or eroded soil, the good news is that microbial glue can be rebuilt, and surprisingly quickly. Start by feeding the microbes. Incorporate decomposed compost or fermented plant juice on the surface to introduce active microbial life and the nutrients they need. Keep the soil covered with organic mulch to trap moisture and prevent temperature swings. You can also jumpstart fungal networks by adding a small amount of forest soil or mycorrhizal inoculant to your planting zones. This introduces beneficial fungal spores that, once connected to roots, start producing glomalin and strengthening the entire matrix. A gardener restoring depleted soil might layer compost-applied diluted molasses, a sugar source microbes love, and cover the area with straw. Within a month, the top layer often turns rich, crumbly and cohesive, proof that the biological glue is taking hold. Microbial glue is nature's answer to soil erosion and fertility loss. What makes this system so incredible is that it's self-sustaining once established. Microbes continually produce glue as long as they have food, moisture and shelter. This glue, you see, locks nutrients in place, prevents runoff and maintains the delicate balance between air and water that roots require. It's really the biological foundation of all productive ecosystems, from ancient prairies to thriving gardens. For survivalists and regenerative growers, understanding this is more than academic. It's practical. When you're working with marginal land or trying to reclaim compacted earth, fostering microbial glue production can mean the difference between success and failure. It doesn't rely on expensive fertilizers or technology, only patience and biological awareness. Nature's smallest builders are the reason soil endures. In every handful of healthy soil, billions of microbes are producing glues and webs that quietly hold the world together. They don't just stabilize dirt, they stabilize ecosystems. The beauty of it is that this same natural engineering is available to anyone willing to nurture it. Feed the microbes, protect their environment, and let time do the rest. The soil will reward you with fertility, structure, and resilience no synthetic method can replicate. If this breakdown gave you a deeper respect for what's happening under your garden beds, don't forget to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more deep dives into soil biology and natural growth systems. Share this video with anyone trying to understand what truly makes soil alive. Because once you grasp the power of microbial glue, you'll never look at dirt the same way again.